Hello, Fast Signs family, Catherine Monson here. Recently, I read an article that a friend of mine, Steve Klein, sent me at the end of March, and the article is titled "The 5 Mindsets of Being Relentless." And I was thinking about, how can I be the best leader I can be? I need to be more relentless. Took me to the dictionary, and relentless is an adjective, and it means that does not relent. It means being unyielding. It's about just being there all the time. It's like having a relentless enemy. To some of us, we might feel like COVID-19 is a relentless enemy, but what we need to do to overcome is truly create a relentless mindset. So we need to be relentless about how we take care of business, how we as Fast Signs business owners are thinking about the business and focused on getting through this crazy time, this pandemic, this economic tsunami. We need to be relentless, we need to create a relentless mindset, and we need to become a relentless resource to our customers and to prospects, because there are probably folks out there today we've never done business with that we need to be reaching out to and getting their COVID-19 oriented business. Yeah, there's going to be some time in the future when we get back to normal, though I think the new normal is going to be different than the old normal. But right now, to get through COVID-19, we have got to be relentless. We've got to do for ourselves and do for others what needs to be done. It's a matter of not giving up. It's a matter of having a positive attitude. It's a matter of looking for new opportunities. We've been sharing lots of new opportunities with you. Fellow franchisees have been sharing new opportunities. We're getting all that together on our prepared website, and each and every one of you have access to that. We need to develop that relentless mindset, and it is so much about attitude. It's how we think, it's how we act. For me, it's really helpful to have a great to-do list for each and every day, my COVID-oriented to-do list, and every day focusing on getting those things done and checking them off. It's about focusing on what I can control. It's about focusing on what you can control. So what are the kinds of things you can control? You can control how you act in your business. You can control being proactive, proactive phone calls, proactive emails, proactively putting yard signs around town that say, "I print COVID signage, call me, Fast Signs of 12345, here's the phone number." Those kinds of things you can control. We've got to become relentless resources for our customers, for our prospects, even for our employees, and help in ways we've never helped before. We're seeing franchisees making face shields, making intubation boxes, making sneeze guards and safety shields so that companies can keep their employees safe and keep their customers safe. So we got to take this relentless approach to getting through this pandemic. And if you think about it, the most amazing achievements in all of history have one thing in common, and that's that the person that made it happen, or the team that made it happen, truly was relentless. Being relentless makes the impossible possible. Successfully getting through this pandemic may seem impossible, but being relentless will make that possible. So in today's unprecedented environment, what's going to separate the winners from the losers is being relentless. And I want each and every one of my Fast Signs franchisees to put on that relentless mindset. I love quotes, and Vince Lombardi had a great one. He had so many great quotes, and one of them is, "We will be relentless in our pursuit of perfection. We won't ever be perfect, but in the process, we will achieve greatness." Now, right now, we're not going for perfection, but what we can do if we just focus on being relentless is achieving greatness. Right now, I don't even want to talk about achieving business survival, because just the word survival is negative, but I think we need to focus a relentless attitude on being successful in the COVID-19 marketplace. I have to tell you, just today we got the list of franchisees with record sales for their locations for the month of March, and there were many on the list. We're going to be holding next week a Secrets of COVID Success webinar featuring 4 franchisees who are having record months because they're selling COVID-19 signage, because they're thinking outside the box, because they're being relentless. And that'll be a really, really great webinar for you and for your teams to listen to. Let's not think about survival. Let's think about thriving through COVID-19. So as I was, Googling the word relentless and reading about being relentless, there is a particular gentleman who's had a huge impact on some of the best athletes in our era, from Michael Jordan to Kobe Bryant to Dwayne Wade. And this gentleman is named Tim Grover. In fact, I got so excited when I started reading about Tim Grover that I ordered his book last night from Amazon. So Tim Grover's book is called Relentless, From Good to Great to Unstoppable. So what Tim Grover teaches is mental toughness. What we all need, what I need, what you need right now to get through COVID-19 is mental toughness. And if you were one of those athletes or one of those business leaders that had the honor of working with Tim Grover, you learned how to create that relentless mindset, that mental toughness to be able to push yourselves to achieve more than you ever thought possible, and then even a little bit more after that. So Kobe Bryant, one of Tim Grover's greatest students, described him this way: as the master of teaching mental toughness, as the master of teaching the blueprint for discovering what you're capable of achieving, and then pushing you to achieve that, and then achieving even more. I mean, what an amazing way to be referred to by a great like Kobe Bryant. So as I was looking through all these quotes from Tim Grover, I came up with 4 that I just loved. They spoke to me. I hope they speak to you. The first is, mental toughness is believing without a doubt that whatever happens, you've got this. Think about that. Mental toughness is believing that without a doubt, whatever happens, you've got this. No matter what COVID-19 throws our way, yeah, we got a lot of unessential, non-essential businesses that aren't open. Yeah, we're selling more temporary signs than permanent signs, but we can sell a hell of a lot more signs than any of our competitors can, right? By being relentless, by developing that mental toughness. But we got to believe that in our minds. And next week, when you hear from franchisees in our Secrets of COVID Success webinar, they have created that mental toughness. They see no matter what happens that they're going to get through this, that they've got this. Another Tim Grover quote: being relentless means demanding more of yourself than anyone else could ever demand of you, knowing that every time you stop, you can still do a little more. So I now have this quote in my kitchen, because I tend to do my work in the evenings in my kitchen, because I got this nice high counter and I can stand, and I like to stand when I'm working on my computer, and right there in front of it, I've got this quote now from Tim Grover. Being relentless means demanding more of yourself than anyone else could ever demand of you. So I'm speaking to myself. Being relentless, Catherine Monson, means demanding more of yourself, Catherine Monson, than anyone else could ever demand of you, knowing that every time I stop, I can still do more. Another great quote: crave the results so intensely that the work is irrelevant. Crave that result of thriving during COVID-19, so the hard work that you have to do to achieve that is irrelevant. And the last one I'm going to share with you today is, everything gets easier when you stop expecting it to be easy. No one said having a thriving sign business during a COVID-19 pandemic would be easy. Once we no longer expect it to be easy, it's going to get easier for us to get that done. So being relentless means you keep pushing no matter what. So I have heard from many of my team that some of our franchisees are just overwhelmed and scared. And by being overwhelmed and scared, they just sit there doing nothing in their overwhelmed and scared mindset. And one overwhelmed and scared day leads to another overwhelmed and scared day, to an overwhelmed and scared week, and nothing is being done. So to be successful, you're going to have to make yourself act tough, and you'll start being tough. You need to make yourself act relentless, and you'll start being relentless. And sometimes being relentless means you're going to do things you don't want to do. So think about Michael Jordan. Think about Kobe Bryant. Think about them pushing themselves to the absolute physical limits where everything in their body hurt. Their joints hurt, their bones hurt, their muscles hurt. And they learned through their work with Tim Grover to push even further. And we can all do that in our business lives. History has proven time and time again that the folks that are relentless achieve great things. You know, if you go hard at something for 2 weeks and then give up, that's not being relentless. That's giving it 2 good weeks and giving up. It took Thomas Edison 10,000 tries to get the electric light bulb right. So think about that, 10,000 times. He failed once, he failed 999 times, he failed 2,389 times, he failed 9,222 times. He kept trying. Great Thomas Edison quote, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is to always try just one more time." So those days you feel like giving up, just tell yourself, I'm going to try one more time. Don't tell yourself, I'm going to try 10,000 more times, because that just isn't going to work in your head. I'm going to try one more time. And if you fail again, I'm going to try one more time. Our heads can wrap around that, and we can keep just trying one more time. And that's all it's going to take, is one more time. So what are the things you can do to build your business here in the middle of COVID-19? Proactive phone calls, proactive emails, yard signs that say FASTSIGNS sells COVID-19, and social distancing safety signage. And FASTSIGNS can handle, safety barriers for you, right? Put them around town. Shane Beard can attribute $17,000 worth of brand new orders from prospects, not customers. In other words, these weren't folks that he was already doing business with. $17,000 of incremental net new business from prospects from putting yard signs around San Diego in his market that said, hey, we do COVID-19 signs. $17,000. That is being relentless. So, promoting the kinds of things you can do, thinking outside of the box, adding new products and services, thinking about face shields and sneeze guards and safety barriers, things you've never done before, but that's being relentless and bringing a new product or a new service to market. Be relentless implementing the things in the recession guide. Be relentless selling business to consumer products as well as business to business. So being relentless isn't doing what other people can't do. It's doing what other people won't do. So let's become relentless, every single one of us in the FASTSIGNS family. Because you know what? We're in this together. We will do this together. We're here to help, and the rest of the FASTSIGNS family, all of those franchisees, are helping each other out today. We can do this. We can be unyielding. We can thrive in COVID-19. Thank you.